Coming on the air with breaking news and a potentially historic winter storm set to bring blizzard conditions. This system is marching across the Northeast as we speak, and it may be the biggest that this region has seen in years, maybe even decades. So what is happening right now? You've got tens of millions of people under blizzard alerts. Look at this, from the mid-Atlantic up to New England. But you see those numbers, Boston bracing for potentially up to nearly 2 feet of snow, parts of New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts expecting whiteout conditions. We're talking 2 to 4 inches of snow every single hour. Now, the worst of it hasn't hit, at least not quite yet. It's set to pick up this evening across the East Coast as the sun goes down, as the weather gets colder, stretching through early afternoon tomorrow. And right now, look at this. Some of the spots near the coast are getting ready for really intense wind. We're talking like 70 miles an hour. So people are bracing for the potential for major power outages. States up and down the East Coast, from Delaware to Massachusetts, declaring states of emergency. And already we're seeing travel bans going into effect tonight. That means roads are going to be closed to any non-essential traffic, along with public transit. That's in places like New Jersey. Travel, it is messy, folks, already at airports. Some 3,900 delays, 3,200 cancellations. Those numbers are likely to go up. You see where they are now, according to FlightAware. And look at the top of the rock in New York City. We talked about those whiteout conditions. I mean, that's it, right? That mix of rain and some snow already. It is messy. It is going to be potentially extremely dangerous. NBC's Valerie Castro is in Long Branch, New Jersey, which is set to get hammered. And Valerie, part of this is because of the mix of snow, but also, as we can tell from your live shot here, the really intense wind. We're talking mega gusts.
Yeah, Hallie, the winds really picked up over the last few hours or so, and these areas are expected to get anywhere from 50 to 70 mile per hour winds. The entire state of New Jersey is under a blizzard warning, and the last time that happened was 1996. The local sheriff, the Monmouth County Sheriff, says if this storm is anything like the one in 96, he says they are in for a really difficult next 24 hours. But he says they are prepared. They says they have 10,000 pounds of salt ready to go to treat the roads. He says they are prepared for road closures in areas that are prone to flooding, because that is also a concern. These are coastal communities, and they can expect anywhere from 1 to 3 feet of water. There are flood alerts all up and down the coast. Hospitals nearby have instructed staff to actually spend the night tonight so they don't have problems getting to work tomorrow. And the sheriff says everyone should really hunker down and stay off the roads, because these are the conditions right now. You can only expect them to get worse. And the eastern part of New Jersey is expected to see some of the highest snow totals out of this storm. Take a listen to what one resident told us about all the snow he's about to see. It could be 30 inches of snow here in Long Branch.
That's what they're forecasting. And if you look at those computer models, we're right in that like ground zero of like the heaviest snow. So that's going to be some system. This is, I would say right now, I guess you could call this the calm before the storm, when it really starts to crank up tonight, and they're expecting 40 to 50 mile an hour winds and 25 inches of snow. I mean, that's a real true old-fashioned blizzard in my book.
Yeah, true blizzard indeed. The governor of New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill, saying earlier today that 90% of the state is expected to get at least a foot of snow, if not more. You mentioned New York City. DoorDash has suspended operations there beginning tonight. There is a commercial and private travel ban there beginning at 9 p.m. tonight, I believe. That goes all the way through midday tomorrow. And the biggest news out of New York City is there is no school tomorrow, whether virtual or in person. Mayor Mamdani making that announcement earlier today. They will be having an old school snow day in New York City. Hallie?
Valerie, only because people are going to ask. I want to make sure, obviously, you and your crew are in a position where you are safe. Obviously, you are out there because you're watching the conditions come in, and those conditions have gotten worse. It seems like in just the last 45 minutes or so where you are, we can tell that wind is really buffeting you around.
The wind really, just within the last few minutes, has actually gotten quite a bit worse. When we got here earlier today, we were seeing a lot of rain, and the sheriff said that actually was a drawback because they were not able to pre-treat the roadways with any brine. Because of the rain, it was just going to wash it all away. So that rain at this point has now started to turn to snow, some snow flurries. But again, the wind is really what is making the conditions that much more dangerous outside. Hallie?
Valerie Castro live for us there in New Jersey, where we are watching to see what happens. As you heard there, the forecast potentially more than a foot of snow in some spots in the Northeast. Right now, mostly rain, that rain-snow mix, but the wind, the real wild card, a major concern for widespread power outages. We're going to continue to update you throughout the afternoon and the evening right here on NBC News Now. More online as well on NBCnews.com. Thanks, as always, for watching. We'll see you soon.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.